Hello my dear students, I hope all of you are fit and fine. Today we will be revising the chapter Marie Curie, A Radiant Life, written by Eve Curie. Okay, this is going to be a very short video because we are just revising the chapter. It is already done. The question answers also were discussed in full details. The most important thing that I tell you every day, that do submit the worksheet, go through all the questions of the worksheet and just solve them minutely. Okay, if you can't attempt any question, then do study about that, do study that question, the answer of that question. Don't forget to touch each and every question, don't skip any. And besides the worksheet, the homework section provided in the study material, that is also very important. You must not skip that portion. And in this revision video, as other revision videos, I will just mention the few important portions of the chapter. I will just summarize the whole thing. That's it. If there is any student who missed the previous video, I mean the main videos that were made on this chapter when I taught it for the first time, if there is anyone who missed those videos, I would suggest you to watch those videos at first and then watch this video. Otherwise you won't be able to understand anything, because I am not going to describe again in full details like the previous classes. That's not possible. I am just revising the main things. Okay. So Marie Curie, A Radiant Life, it was written by, it is a kind of a biography, it is a biographical literary piece written by Eve Curie. And who is Eve Curie? You must go through the author's introduction. Eve Curie was the youngest child of Marie Curie and Pierre Curie, and Marie Curie won the Nobel Prize twice. Not only once but twice. Till the death, there is no one else who won the Nobel Prize twice for two different subjects. Marie Curie is the only one. Okay, and another important information, this account condensed from Eve's famous biography of her mother, Madame Curie, appeared in the Reader's Digest in 1959. This information also is important for you. I am just trying to touch most of the important things, that's it. Otherwise you need to read the whole text very minutely. Don't just think whatever Miss is saying in this video, we are not going to get any other question. Don't misunderstand, don't think in that way. Okay, you just need to read everything, every word mentioned in your book. Okay, now what did we learn about Marie Curie? That Marie Curie's work on radium and radiology has been one of the greatest glories of modern science. The whole chapter is about their discovery of radium, especially about that thing. Right. Marie Curie was a girl who was totally devoted to study. Her mind, body and soul, everything was totally devoted towards study, and she initially wanted to lead a celibate kind of life. She wanted to avoid any kind of marital relationship. Though later she met with Pierre Curie in 1894, important, a French man, and their common interest, their common devotion, the common factor was that both of them were totally devoted towards scientific research, and this was the reason because of which they fell in love with each other and ultimately they got married. But due to Marie Curie's enormous love for her motherland, she didn't want to leave her motherland, Poland, forever. So she took almost 10 months before accepting the proposal, the marriage proposal of Pierre Curie. Okay, you can find it here, I think. Yes, So 10 months passed before Mary finally accepted. You can easily find it if you go through the chapter properly, and the portion where when Mary Curie wanted to wanted a feast, the things that she used to buy, those things you need to memorize. The things that she used to buy when she wanted a feast, you need to memorize them. Okay. Okay, then they got married and they shifted to a flat, a very small flat, devoid of any kind of luxury, and the things, the flat, the things they kept in that flat, you need to memorize them. Also, there were quite a, there were just a few things only, nothing else. You can see that they refused the furnitures offered to them by Pierre's father. The bare quarters were furnished only with books, 2 chairs and a white wooden table. On the table were treatises on physics, a lamp, a bunch of flowers, and that was all. Only these things were there, and you need to memorize them very well. Okay. So gradually Marie Curie was trying to improve her, her specialty in cooking, because she didn't know how to cook, and she used to handle the burner of the kitchen just in the same manner she used to do in the laboratory burner. She used to handle the laboratory burner. In the same way she tried to handle the kitchen burner. There are some humorous sentences written about this thing, and then the most important part, the discovery of polonium and radium, the dates of the discovery and the years, throughout those years when they were, Pierre Curie obviously accompanied her, supported her. How? To support his wife's research, he himself abandoned his own research. Okay, this is really important, and thus after that, after he abandoned his own research, they together started the research work that led to the discovery of polonium and later radium. The dates are important, you need to memorize the dates, and how Marie Curie's love for her country is reflected here also when she named polonium after her own motherland. This thing also is important. I'm just mentioning the main points, and the most interesting, the most happiest years of her life. Which were the happiest years of her life? Throughout the years when she, along with her husband, was doing the research to discover the radioactive metals. Okay, those years. I have provided the ready-made answer. You can go through that, or you can modify the answer and write your own answer, but the point should be right and relevant. As I always say, you are not going to get any mark for irrelevant or wrong points. Mind it. Okay, just because I am saying you that you may modify the answers and you may write your own answers, I am not saying that you can write anything, this and that. No, include right and relevant points only. Okay, if you can't, in order to help you, I have provided the answers. You can go through them also. Okay, after that, after the discovery of polonium, they discovered radium also, which became an ally of human beings in the treatment of cancer. That was a miraculous invention, and after that invention, obviously, as it was an ally of human beings in the treatment of cancer, the whole world was trying to get this formula of the purification of radium, and then they had a serious discussion. They means the Curies, the husband and wife, they had a serious discussion. Discussion about what? That what to do? Will we publish? Will we make it public, the formula of purification? Should we make it public, or we should remain the proprietors of this matter? I hope you remember This you are going to get it in page number 34. Pierre explained these things to his wife one Sunday morning. This portion I am going to explain. Someone asked me in the previous class to discuss the question number 6 from the worksheet. That is nothing but this portion. Pierre explained these things to his wife one Sunday morning. The time, the date is important. We have the day, not date, day is mentioned here. We have two choices. Pierre told her, we can describe the results of our research without reserve, including the process of purification, or else we can consider ourselves to be the proprietors, the inventors of radium, patent the technique and manufacture radium throughout the world. Okay, so there were two options. Number one, they could make it public. It means the formula of purification of radium. Otherwise, they could do one more thing. They could be the proprietors of radium, because they invented it. Only they knew the formula of the purification of radium. They could do one thing, that anybody who would need it, they would get it from us only, and thus we will make huge profit. Because everyone throughout the world, whoever would need it, any authority, any company who would try to get it, they would have to take it from us only. No one else would come to know about the formula of purification. So only we would make the profit from this. We will take advantage of this situation. But no, actually Marie Curie didn't agree to choose the second option. It was not the fact that Pierre Curie wanted her to choose that, but Pierre Curie mentioned everything. He was very much transparent. He told her about everything, the positive sides, the negative sides, everything. Then Marie Curie denied to be the proprietors, to take the patent of the right of that invention, that great invention radium. According to her, it was against the scientific, the ethics of science, the ethics of research. Okay, scientific research. Okay, and she also told something, how innocent, how kind-hearted she was. She also told that if it was like, I am just reading her own words, and wait a second. If our discovery has a commercial future, that is an accident by which we must not profit. So we must not take the advantage of this situation. We must not take the advantage of a material that was going to be an ally of human beings in the treatment of cancer. Besides, it was against the ethics of scientific research, and above all, if it had any commercial profit, if it could gain any commercial profit, it was just an accident, nothing else. I hope you understand how much innocent, how much sacred her heart was, that she could say these words, that it was an accident that radium could gain so much profit. Okay, this is something beyond admiration. Okay. Okay, after that, the Nobel Prize, they will receive the Nobel Prize, and the authority, the name of the authority, Academy of Science of Stockholm. This is important, and obviously the date is important. You know that well. And along with them, who else received the Nobel Prize? Henry Becquerel. I hope we discussed in the live class that Henry Becquerel was the man who for the first time noticed the presence of radioactivity, and he accompanied the Curies in their research, obviously. So on 10th December 1903, the Academy of Science of Stockholm announced that the Nobel Prize in Physics for the current year was awarded half to Henry Becquerel, half to Monsieur and Madame Curie. Monsieur means Mr. or Sir in French. Okay, it's a French term. Monsieur Curie means Mr. Curie, means Pierre Curie, and Madame Curie means Marie Curie, for their discoveries in radioactivity. Okay, and the Nobel Prize meant 70,000 gold francs. You should remember that. Okay, and half to Henry Becquerel and half to Curie means 35. Okay, this is also important. You are intelligent enough to calculate this thing. And the gifts that they bought for others, the things that they did with that money, these things are really important. You must go through this portion. Okay, and after that, the accident that Pierre Curie met with and he lost his life, the dates, the kind of accident he met with, all these things are really important. And Marie Curie, a unique woman, because she was the first woman to take a high position in French, in the Faculty of Science of France. Okay, she was the first woman to hold such a high position. Okay, and she received the post that Pierre Curie was assigned with. Before that, one more thing. You can see there is a line. She refused flatly. I am young enough to earn my living and that of my children, she said, displaying her habitual bravery. This portion, what did she refuse? Why did she refuse? Or this portion, her refusal, which side of her character is shown through this refusal? These things are important. Okay, I am mentioning these things. You can pause and again listen to my words. This portion, these questions are really important. You may get questions related to these things. Okay, after that nothing, she again was awarded with the Nobel Prize for another subject, for chemistry, and the year again is important, 1911. And after that, Marie Curie also lost her life. The reason is not clearly mentioned here. And you need not go beyond the things that are mentioned in this text for your half yearly examination. If you want to gather knowledge, obviously you can read anything, but for your half yearly examination particularly, you do not need to gather anything else. The exercise, the worksheet we have already discussed. If you want to know something else from the worksheet, from the the answers that I have provided, if you have any doubt regarding them, obviously you may tell me in the live class. We will discuss those things there. And the question answers that I have provided, all of those are really important. Besides, there are few answers that were left, that were there, and I told you to frame the answers on your own. I hope you had done that. But the answers that I have provided, those questions are really important, and the other answers, those will help you to write the answers of other questions. Okay, if there is such a question that comes in the examination, you are going to get help from your own answers. Okay, that's it. If you want to know anything else, obviously you are always welcome. Just without any hesitation, do ask me in the live class. Okay, for now, bye bye.